Welcome back to Unspoken Opinions, where we take your opinions and we make them public, where we take the opinions you're afraid to say out loud and we turn them into a discussion. I am Veronique, and it's such a pleasure to be with you all yet again. On today's segment, we have a new guest speaker, and this guest speaker is none other but Veronique Francois, also known as Niques, Francois, and me and Veronique, or Veronique and I, we go way back. We went to school together, so yeah, I know a little bit about her. But anyways, I will not go down that road because I'm not going down memory lane. But it's such a great pleasure to have Veronique on today's segment. She has become a woman of influence. She's a woman with a voice. She's a woman that is not afraid to say what needs to be said. And I am so very proud of her, and I'm so very proud of, who she is today and all the things that she has accomplished. So Veronique, I'm very proud of you. So on today's segment, she's going to be speaking on the opinion material things doesn't make you successful. I'm going to repeat that. Material things doesn't make you successful. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what she's going to, tell us on that particular opinion. And you're gonna hear from me as well. I decided to come and really speak on an opinion. So on today's segment, I'm going to be discussing letting go is the hardest thing. Letting go is the hardest, the hardest. Oh my god, I'm almost tying up my tongue kind of thing. Let's tell you how hard it is. Letting go is the hardest thing. So let's stay tuned and listen to what is coming up next. Hello again, everyone. So the opinion that I'll be discussing today is letting go is the hardest thing. I totally agree. Letting go is very hard. It's not always easy to do. And, you know, sometimes people hold on to things that isn't right for them because of a lack of love for themselves. And, I have struggled in the past with letting certain things go, because at that point in my life, I didn't love myself. And it is what it is. I didn't love myself. So I thought that holding on to things, certain things, that I thought that I needed was, you know, necessary. And until I came to that place where I had to understand that the only reason I was holding on to those things was because I thought I needed it. And it's when I decided to love myself enough, that's when I decided to let those things go. Because sometimes you may hold on to a thing that is hurting you. It's not right for you. It is damaging you, and yet still you're still holding on to that thing. And you know, um, that isn't always a good thing to do. It's not it's not a really good thing to do. You got to learn how to let go. You got to train yourself to let things go, for your betterment, for your growth, for your healing. Yeah, I remember being in a situation where I had to let go of a few things in my life, and it was so hard. It was so hard to do. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna, pretend and make you guys feel like it's easy. Letting go is it's difficult, especially when you think in your mind that you value something and you see the importance of it in your life, And God might just step in and say, no, the season for that has ended. The season for holding on to that thing so strongly has ended. Now it's time to let go and move on. And that's, it's hard. It's hard to, sometimes do the things that God requires you to do. I remember a situation where I was at a place, and this place, and I love the people. I love, I was comfortable. Let me put it like that. I was comfortable being there. And then when God told me it was time to leave, I I was like, God, are you sure? You sure it's me you're speaking to? And it was hard. It was hard, stepping out of my comfort zone, because I was comfortable where I was. I was really comfortable. But it's only when I stepped out that I truly see just what God had, in store for me, just how big of a plan He had in store. So sometimes you really got to separate yourself from something in order to see the bigger picture. Once you're in it, you can't see it. Once you're in it, you cannot see the bigger picture. So sometimes what God will do is He will move you out of it so that your eyes can be open, so that you can see just how much more He has in store for you. I know there are many of you who are in relationships, and God is telling you all, it's time to walk away, it's time to leave. And it may be the hardest thing to do, but God, what He does, He tells you to leave something when He's trying to protect you, or when He's trying to teach you. So it is wise not to fight God when He is, moving you out of something and moving you into something. It is wise to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit and allow Him to be your guide. One thing that is, you know, um, difficult to process is like when God is moving you out of a place or out of a relationship. It's hard to understand. You might be double guessing yourself, you might experience a lot of doubts, but I'm here to tell each and every one of you, yes, God is speaking to you. Yes, for that person that has been waiting on that confirmation, yes, God is speaking to you. He's telling you it's time to walk away, it's time to move into something new. Letting go is hard. It's not meant to be easy, because you had a connection to that thing or to that person. So it's not going to be easy, but it's necessary for where God is about to take you. It's necessary that you let go in order to grow. So, or it's necessary for you to let go in order to heal, because some of you are in situations that God don't want you in, and it's harder to heal when you're around that chaotic situation. It's harder to heal when you are around the thing that is hurting you. So what God does is He sometimes removes you out of that thing so that you can indeed heal. So, for those of you who are, getting that, God is telling you it's time to live, it's time to obey God. God told me at one point in time, leave a thing, and it's another situation. And I'm being honest, I'm being transparent. I was not having it. I was not having it. And I was like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. Why this? I have to make all these sacrifices. And I was complaining. So that's why I could step out and tell people, do not murmur and do not complain. Because I was one that always was murmuring. And then I would find out that I would be stuck in a situation longer than I needed to be. So, God was telling me it's time to leave. I'll just be transparent. It was a relationship, and God was telling me it's time to leave the relationship, and I didn't want to go. The guy was mistreating me. He treated me badly. It was, I didn't even know I was putting up with it. So God told me, it was time to leave the relationship. It was a very toxic relationship. It was an abusive relationship. you know Cars are passing, but anyways, it was a toxic relationship. It was a very abusive relationship. It was verbally abusive. At one point in time, the guy picked me up and pelt me. It was an abusive relationship. And I at that point in time, my self-esteem wasn't where it needed to be. I thought at that point in time I needed to be in this relationship. I holy noise. Anyways, so I convinced myself, while being in that relationship, that I needed to be the bigger person. I needed to show love. I needed to be a little bit more understanding. I needed to be a little bit more forgiving. And, I convinced myself that what I was doing was the right thing. I convinced myself that being in a toxic relationship was right for me. Because you were like, yes, God said to love, God said to show love and to be forgiving. I convinced myself that being in that toxic relationship was God's will for my life, until I sat myself down and I was real and honest with myself. And I spoke to myself, and that's something that many people don't do. They don't speak to themselves. And I'm not saying to speak and answer yourself, but I'm saying many people, what they don't do is speak to themselves. They don't, look themselves in the mirror and say, oh, okay, you need to stop your foolishness. This is not okay. It's not okay for someone to treat you like this. It's not okay for someone to speak to you like this. It's not okay for you to tolerate this. And forgiveness does not mean you have to stay. You can forgive a person and walk away. And, I had to learn that. I had to learn it. I had to talk to myself. I said, Orina, love yourself. This is not okay. It's not okay for, this guy to be talking to you like this. It's not okay for this guy to be treating you like this. And, it is not Christian for you to stay in such a relationship and thinking it's okay. It's not okay. So when I sat myself down and I spoke to myself, it was then I was able to let go. It was then I was able to release, that relationship. And it was very, very hard for me. I had to go through the process of being healed. I had to go through the process of letting go of, not just the person, but of the memories. Because sometimes we let things go, but we don't let go of the memory. And because of that, I was holding on, yes, I let go of the person at one point, and then I had to come to that place where I let go of the memories. And then even that was difficult to do, because every single time I remember the individual, I remember what happened, I remember the words, I remember the things that he said to me that made me feel less than a person, that made me feel less than I was. And I had to really and truly say to myself, I need to step more into that place of prayer, because I could not deal with that situation by myself. And I had to be honest with myself and go to God. Yeah, I had to go to God and say, God, I can't, deal with this. This thing is still hurting me. It's still bothering me. I need your help with this. I need your guidance with this. I need your strength. I need you to give me strategy. I need you to tell me what to do. I need you to heal my broken heart. I need you to heal, me from the inner man. I need you to remove the hurt and remove the memories and remove, the root of that thing, and then he had to take me on a journey, on a healing journey, where I really and truly had to not just forgive the person, but be able to want what's best for that person. Because sometimes, yes, you forgive, but then you're still wishing that God would punish the person because of how they treated you, and that's not always right. So God had to work on me. He had to work on me in a serious way. I had to go through deliverance. I had to go through healing. I had to, let it go. I had to let it go. And then turn it, what happened later is, right after the letting go of that relationship, I saw that the person, they got married, and I was like, oh my God. And then I started, then God had to work on me with all those negative emotions, making, because at that point in time I was starting to think maybe the problem was me, and because these are the things, I'm being real with each and every one of you. These are the things that cross your mind. You will start thinking, okay, as soon as we broke up, you got married. Okay, what was going on here? Was she always around? And then you start having trust issues, and then you start having, you start really condemning yourself and looking for all the faults in yourself. And then God had to come all the way back again and start to work on you again, and start to work with your mindset. And then he started to work with, your emotions. And then he has to work with your self-esteem. And then he had to, what God did with me is he had to build me up again and make me to see myself through his eyes, because I was not seeing myself in the right light. So letting go, as I said before, it is hard. It's the hardest thing to do. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Even when it comes to letting go of an addiction, what I would advise people who are addicted to something. It could be addicted to pornography. You could be addicted to sex. You could be addicted to drugs. You could be addicted to your phone. You could be addicted to just anything, actually. You could be addicted to food. You could be addicted to many things. I'm not even going to list all of it. Addiction, I don't know why I'm going on this line, but anyways, addiction is something, people have to come to that place of letting go as well. And what I advise others to do is to, in order to let something go, you got to separate yourself from it. You got to go in a rehab. You got to separate yourself. You got to take some time away from that thing so that you can heal from it. So it takes, I think, 30 days. I believe it's 30 days to break a bad habit. It takes 30 days to break, as I said before, a bad habit. So for those that are struggling with addictions, I would advise you to separate yourself from it for at least 30 days, and then push it to 60 days, and then push it to 90 days, and see how that works for you. It is only when you separate yourself from something are you able to heal from that thing. You can't be in the space of your abuser and expect to heal. And I think that's what I was doing. I stayed in that abusive, toxic relationship because, I wanted to be the bigger person. And I had to realize I was just being foolish. I was just being foolish. So don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Love yourself enough to not tolerate certain things. You gotta take that time away to truly heal. So for those of you, as I said before, who are in relationships and you're not happy, you know you're being mistreated, you know it's abusive, you know it's toxic, you know it's unhealthy, it's time to walk away. It really is. You gotta love yourself enough to walk away. Now, for those of you who are in marriages and the marriages are, as I said before, it's toxic, you're quarreling every minute, you're pelting things in the home, your children are viewing this, consider your children. Your children are going to be affected, negatively by this kind of behavior. So love your children enough to get help. Some of you may need to go and do counseling. Some of you may need to let that relationship go. It just might be that you might be happier with someone else. You might be fulfilled with someone else. It could just be that you probably didn't seek God, before getting into that marriage, and it's something that happens. You may not have seeked God before entering into that marriage, and now you're starting to see a person's true colors, and you got to want what's best for you. You have to want what's best for your children, and it could just be that you just need to separate. You just need to part ways so that the man could be happy with whoever you know could make him happy, and you could be happy with someone else. Or it could just be that God is just putting you in that place where you just need to separate for a little while, and both of you need to heal separately for God to truly bring you back, and you will be better together. um Sometimes you just need to take that time away, to clear your mind, or to spend that time with your father, so that he can indeed love on you and heal you, and work on you, and work on the guy separate, or work on you separate, and then he bring you guys back together so that y'all could love each other the right way. I always tell people, even those who are about to enter into a marriage, or who are about to enter into a relationship, you have to enter into a relationship whole. You can't enter, look at it like two cups of water. You can't enter half and expect to pour yourself into an individual. The both of you needs to be whole. The both of you needs to be full. So in order to be full, you got to spend time with God so that God can pour into you. Look at it as, again, as I said before, as a cup. God has to pour into you. So allow God to pour into you. Allow God to heal you. Allow God to take out the things in you that could probably be, that could probably destroy the relationship. And I totally believe that there needs to be healing and deliverance before entering into a marriage. I totally believe it. Not many ministers allow that, or do that before marriage, but it's so important for two people before entering into a union to heal, to get deliverance, because that's where the problem starts. That's where things start falling apart, because if you don't deal with it before entering into marriage, it's going to show up, and it's going to show up in a bigger way, because now it's two people joining and trying to be one, trying to operate as a unit, trying to live a life together. I totally believe that there needs to be generational curses need to be broken, past hurts need to be dealt with. People need to stop lying to themselves, and truly consider that they need to be helped. They need that healing, they need counseling, they need to be made whole. And that doesn't just go for one person or one couple, it goes for everyone, because everyone needs healing, everyone needs deliverance, everyone needs to spend that time with God, so that he can truly work on us, and help us, and do what is necessary for us to be the best version of ourselves. Because in life we all encounter different situations, and everyone is different. Some people have been in the past have experienced rape, some people have experienced abuse, some people have had bad not I wouldn't say bad parents, but parents who didn't know how to truly love them and treat them right. And this is the world that we live in. People, not everyone had a good life, and not everyone had good experiences, and some people, they experience turmoil on the workplace, and all of this can contribute to an individual being hurt or individual being broken, because in life we're all moving forward. Yes, we're all trying to make it. Yes, we're all trying to be successful, and we're all doing the best with what we have. But we all need to be honest with ourselves, and seek out our own healing and seek out our own deliverance, for us to be the better, for us to be better, so that we can not just be better mothers and fathers, better brothers and sisters, better uncles and aunts, better parents, So I truly, think that it all stems down to learning how to let things go. You can't keep things built up on the inside, because after a while, you're gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. You're gonna blow out on people. You're gonna lash out on people, and people don't deserve that. People don't deserve to have to deal with something you didn't deal with, or something I didn't deal with. So it is really best to work on yourself, while instead of looking to others and telling others, you need to fix you, and you need to fix this, and you need to fix that. Let's all fix ourselves, along with Jesus. Let's all go to him and allow him to truly fix us, because only Jesus can truly help us, change and, be the better versions of ourselves. So going back to what I was saying about letting go, it's something necessary in life. You gotta let go of the negative emotions. You gotta let go of sometimes people. You gotta let go of sometimes places, because we can truly get sentimental with things and people that are just not right for us. And you could think, well, I have a loyalty to this thing, or I have a loyalty to this person, and you could just be hurting yourself even more. You could just be damaging yourself even more. Sometimes you just got to learn how to say no. You gotta learn how to say no. No, I will not allow this. No, I will not settle for this. No, this is not right for me. No means no. And you're not wrong, or you shouldn't feel guilty for saying no. You shouldn't feel guilty for letting go. You shouldn't feel guilty for walking away. You just got to do what's best for you. At the ending of the day, people don't know the things that you are able to handle. People may not know the things that you are able to cope with. You and God know exactly what you need. You understand? So when it comes to letting go, it's necessary. Now, am I saying for you guys to go out there and be like, she said, Orien said, you gotta let things go, so I'm walking away from this marriage? That's not what I'm saying. If God didn't tell you that, you need to stay and work on your marriage. Probably take some time apart and do some fasting, do some praying. Probably, go on a trip, with your spouse, and just step out of the environment that you're in, because sometimes it is the environment that you're in that is causing a lot of stress. Probably you just need some time alone with your husband or with your wife, for you all to rekindle that fire or rekindle that flame, that has been put to an end. Or probably you just need a vacation from your kids. So because sometimes when children come into play, people tend to focus on the children only and forget there is a marriage. We knew each other before we met our kids, and that's such a dangerous thing, because even when you start having children, nobody is saying don't love your children, but you need to remember that your spouse was there before the child. Yes, do what is necessary for the child and for the betterment of the child, but also remember that you have a spouse, and the spouse needs your attention, the spouse needs your love. And yeah, a lot of marriages get destroyed because of neglect. And neglect is something that can break a marriage, and that's how the enemy steps in and cause separation. So you may not. So for some of you, you may not need to walk away. What you may need to do is just spend time with a person, or you just may need to pray and fast, because it could just be that a person is in need of deliverance. So you gotta know, you will know for yourself what you're in. Now, am I saying for those of you who God told it's time to walk away, you're gonna be like, yes, I have to stay and pray this thing through? No, no, no. You gotta love yourself. You have to love yourself and do what's best for you. So I hope what I said was helpful. Letting go is hard, but it's necessary. Letting go is hard, but it's necessary to go higher. It's necessary for growth. It's necessary, for you to step into something new. You have to let go of the past relationship in order to get the new relationship that God probably has for you. You need to let go of the things that happened in the past in order to obtain what God wants for you in the future. You have to let go of, the things that is holding you back in order to obtain, the blessings that God has for you. You have to let go of Egypt in order to step into the promised land. You have to do it. It's all about letting go. In life, you're going to have to let go of something at one point in time. So I hope this helps, and I hope you guys learned something. Just let go to grow.
The Bible says in Mark chapter 8, verse 36, "For what shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" I am Niques Francois, and I am here to speak to you about the unspoken opinion. Material things doesn't make you successful. In our consumer-based economy, material things are the name of the game. We want the most expensive car, the biggest house, the most tech-savvy phone. But as stated in the text before, all of these material things, they don't necessarily equate to happiness, and they definitely don't necessarily equate to success. What is success anyway? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, success is an accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Now, what we must understand is that success means different things to different people. Your idea of success might be to earn a degree, make a lot of money, and start a business. while someone else's idea of success might be to get married and start a family. Therefore, we must not compare our versions of success to each other. But let's talk a little bit more about how material things do not equate success. When we look at social media, Instagram, Facebook feeds, we see a lot of images and videos of people posing against fancy cars, drinking expensive lattes, and touring wonderful and beautiful homes. And sometimes we can convolute the ideas of these wonderful things to success and happiness. But it is important for you to define what success means to you. When we look at success through societal lens, we can get very confused about what it means to be successful. The Bible makes it clear in Matthew chapter 6 verse 21. For where your treasures are, there your heart will be also. Should we then place our heart and our treasures on material things, things that can fade away, things that can be thrown away, things that can be stolen? I don't think so. But I would propose that success is more meaningful than that. Success is more meaningful than the pursuit of material things. I was recently watching a YouTube video of a feature address from a man at a graduation ceremony. And what this man had done is he had spent majority of his working years in the pursuit of financial success. But within his speech, he realized that his pursuit of financial success did not make him happy and did not make him fulfilled. Even though he had everything he aimed for, everything he wanted, he still felt this emptiness. After all he had done, after all of his achievements, he still did not feel successful. So I ask the question to you, what does success mean to you? Is it the pursuit of material things? And if we return to the Bible, we know the story of the rich young ruler who came to Christ and asked him, what shall I do to follow you? I have obeyed all of the commandments. And Christ told him, sell all your possessions and follow me. Where is your heart? Is it laid up in the treasures on this earth? Is it laid up on the most expensive things that you can acquire? Or is it laid up in the idea of being fulfilled and happy through Christ? What is your idea of being successful?
Wow, I enjoyed, listening to Veronique speak about, or Niques speak about, material things doesn't make you successful. I truly enjoyed listening to her, because I loved when she said, what do you consider as success? What is that thing that you find is success? And yes, we always consider success as, pertaining to material things. And sometimes success for a person might just be getting married. Success for a person might be traveling around the globe. Success for an individual might be to see all their children get into good schools. Success might be for some to be the CEO of a business. Success is really what you see it and how you view it. And I really, truly, enjoyed listening to Veronique and hearing what she had to say. It is indeed something that we should all consider, something that we should all, process. What do you consider as success? I, I was really taken aback by what she was saying because it had a lot of wisdom in her words. And those who truly, listen to what she was saying, you know, don't um, measure your success with someone else's. Don't look at someone else and look at their lives and say, okay, they are successful and I want to be like that. Love your life. Love, what God has given you. Appreciate what God has given you. Life is short, and you just got to love not just yourself, but love those that are around you. Success is only what you make it. Success is only how you view it. And I truly enjoyed speaking to you guys about letting go is the hardest thing, because it really is the hardest thing. I will leave with each and every one of you. Most importantly, take the time to heal. Take the time to heal. When you let something go, take the time to heal. and and no one should determine how long you should take to heal, how long you should take, to go through that process. Only you and God determines how long that process determines, or how long that process should take. you know Learn, to love yourself enough to take the time aside to heal. And many people, they like, as soon as they leave a particular situation, like to rush into another one quickly. That is not, healthy. It's abusive to yourself to step into something without first allowing yourself to heal. You would only be better when you heal. You would be happier when you heal. And it's not fair to others, for you to lash out on them, or for you to release all of that hurt on someone else. Take the time apart to heal before stepping into something new. One more thing, because she doesn't know I'm doing this, but one more thing is that Nick, or Veronique, she has a new book that she's about to release on February 22nd, 2022. And this book is entitled Where Sarah Gone. So I will leave the link for everything in the description, so y'all could just go and check her out. And when that book is released, most definitely go get yourself a copy. We got to learn how to support each other. We got to learn how to build each other. We got to learn how to push each other. That is true love. That shows, that we are indeed our brother's keeper. So that's it, everyone. For those in the comments, I love you. Thank you for being here. I have been viewing the comments from the segments before, and I'm seeing that some of you are from Couva. I'm seeing that some of you are from Arima. Some of you are from Africa. Some of you are from America. I've been viewing. So I also saw that some of you are from Tobago, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for your faithfulness and for being a part of this segment. Because it's not just about me and those the guest speakers; it's about you too. So I appreciate each and every one of you. So for those of you who are in the comments, leave a comment. Tell me where you're from, because I truly do appreciate viewing where you guys are from and where you're looking at us from. For For those of you who have unspoken opinions and you want us to discuss it, you may have an opinion that you're afraid to say out loud, you may have an opinion that you're afraid to really speak about, and you just want some, advice on that particular opinion. Don't be afraid. You can send your unspoken opinions to unspokенopinions@yahoo.com. Send those opinions to unspokenopinions@yahoo.com, and it just may be discussed on one of the segments in the future. I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. Have a great day, and God bless each and every one of you. Always remember that your opinion matters and you are entitled to your own opinions.